Here we go. We're live. We're late. We're sorry about that, everybody. We had to catch up.
We did indeed, yay.
Hi, Jesse. Hi, Maree. Hello, everybody. I don't know if we'll have anybody on the chat today because it's been a long time. But wow, happy New Year's, everybody. I hope everybody had some good holidays. Maree went to Bali. I stayed home, and you know, lots of learning, lots of painful things, lots of good things, lots of bad things, but in the end, it's all good. It's all
It is.
good.
I know, and I think Christmas and families and that sort of time of year is often a fantastic time to have some lessons and to get some reminders or to get new perspectives on things. And so, none of us are immune to that. That's just a
Right.
given. Yeah. So
Yeah, our biggest lessons, right, are our family.
teachers, yeah, for sure, absolutely. So yes, I'd be interested to see how everyone else went, how people felt around their Christmas and holidays and
Oh,
whatever. So
and I
yeah.
forgot to tell you this because this might apply to everybody or many. Did I tell you about when I thought I was having a heart attack? Was that before we were done?
Was that when you were traveling, that time you were traveling? No, you haven't. No.
Okay. So I'm having the issue with my spine, right? Which is right where
Uh-huh.
my heart is in the back. And one night I go to bed and my heart starts hurting really bad. And I'm like, uh-oh, uh-oh. And I felt like I was having a heart attack. And I was like, okay, but this feels like a heart attack, but the same feeling I had with ayahuasca. And
Um,
I'm like, I'm not, first of all, I don't do doctors, right? I don't do hospitals. I don't do any of that. So I say, well, if I'm going to die, let's go because I'm not going to the hospital. So, so then I felt it more like an energy. And I was like, this is just the same thing as ayahuasca. It's the same like feeling. And so I just sat there and I said, okay, what is it? Surrendering. I surrender. And the pain just kind of slowly subsided. And then later on, I've actually today I've been reading of people saying like, oh yeah, I went to the ER. I thought I was having a heart attack. Oh, I went to the ER. Everybody had the same story.
that's it.
So I figured that's also something that happened that I wanted to mention because it
Yeah.
could be affecting people.
Absolutely, and I know when our heart is opening energetically, it can be really painful. There can be sometimes, like even in here in that sort of breastbone area, it can be tender to touch. The back, especially what you're describing, that can be really painful. Even up into the shoulders. I find that whole area when our heart's opening can really, have just such an effect on people. So interesting. So Kathleen's had it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I felt like, you know what? I need to mention this. There's just a lot of people going through it. And uh, you never would think it would be so drastic and so dramatic.
Yeah, yeah. It's so interesting because also as obviously a nurse, they used to call it the devil's grip as well. So for some people, they said, oh, it's reflux. It's that acid coming up and it feels like a heart attack. But I've always known there's more to it than that. There's such a deep energy consciousness. But of course, if anyone's ever worried, just get it checked out. Like, don't, if you're really concerned, get it checked out. It doesn't hurt. But like, working with it. Oh, that's interesting that Kathleen did the meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it cleared it. And this is why you can tell when it's energetic, do exactly what Elisa did, drop through the pain, go deeper. And yeah, just it dissipates. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
so everybody, please just be careful of the ascension symptoms and the energies that are being
Yes.
sent. They are really affecting everybody. And just, you're not the only one. That's really what I want you to know is that you're
Oh,
not the only one going through it.
Absolutely. And I was telling people yesterday, I mean, I got really quite sick with Bali Bali when I was over there the last 3 days or so, and it kept coming back over a 2-week period. It's good now, but it was like, wow, what is this purifying? And it was really interesting that whenever I don't get sick very often, but I thought, okay, there's something going on. So, it was interesting, the process of going through that as well. And when I did some parasite cleansing when I got home with my naturopath, and I ended up with a rash all over that left side. And that was simply the, apparently it's the toxins from the parasites as they're leaving, because I used a complex thing. It wasn't just an ordinary get rid of your parasites. So yeah, it was fascinating little journey to be on. So same thing again, like people might have had gut issues going on. Again, it's like body symptoms at the end of the day, always. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So anyway, today we have so much to talk about, so much to catch up on.
I know.
It's just crazy. And I'm wondering if you're hearing about this stuff too. I was also interested to see what you're hearing on that side of town, with the drones and the fog and the bird flu and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm a little bit tuned out to it. Like I've got on my Telegram, I'm on a couple of places that give news. That's good news. You know what I mean? And it comes up on there, but I haven't got attached to any of it. So how does it, like, what's your perspective of it being over there with it all?
So I'm watching the movie personally. That's what I do. I just watch the movie. I don't engage. So it's been interesting to see and to know the what's happening, right? The information and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm an observer. I'm an observer, and I am in pure trust that I am protected and that I am where I am for a reason. And so, but I am super interested to find out what the cards have to say about all these things.
Sure.
You
Let's
know?
have a look, because I don't have any which way. I have no judgment or want or need around it, which is fabulous. So I just read whatever cards come up, and yeah, no
Yeah.
opinions.
So
I think it's hilarious though, all this just really weird stuff going on.
it is. It is. 2025 is going to be beyond interesting, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So tell me about the drones. Like, have you heard about the drone situation?
All I heard about was that there was some drones flying over some cities or something. That's all I know. And I don't know. They
So
seem to not know what it
yes,
was, or is that right?
yes. So there's been these drones, but they're car-sized drones. Car, like a car.
Oh,
These
okay.
are gigantic drones.
Right.
And so they've been flying. They started in New Jersey, and then it started getting weird with some drones, like dropping stuff off, like spraying stuff, and then crashing into the ground. And then orbs started appearing. So there is a mixed bag of people. Some say it's both man-made and ET together. Then other people is like, no, it's all man-made. Some of it is CGI and some of it is the drones, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff
Confusion.
going out there, a lot of guesses. And so there's a lot of questions we can ask around the drones, and we have so many other things. So the first thing we want to ask is, should people be concerned with these drones that are appearing over New Jersey and other areas? I think in New York, and then slowly it's been seen, like even in Florida, I think some people saw them. But
Wow. Okay. So are they of a concern for people's health and that sort of thing. Is that what you mean? Like
Yeah,
physical
like
health?
is it I mean, should we ask, is it the good guys or the bad guys, right? The first thing
Yeah.
I would ask.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just have a look. Is
So
this from, oh, okay.
that's what I'm saying. So many questions.
Cool. Interesting cards that are coming up for this. And yeah. All right, that one wants to come out last. So let's just grab him. How interesting. So the first card that came up is our Eight of Wands. Now, this to me says when there's something that's happened really quickly, action's been taken really quickly, which is what it sounds like. That's what happened. They just appeared, and then all of a sudden they just kept coming through. And then we've got the Hanged Man. So I was asking about, oops, where am I doing there? Yeah, that's right. So this is where there's like a surrender or a suspension of time. So, and I was asking, well, what are these trying to tell me? We're asking, is this from, is this a part of a plan that's beneficial to humanity or not? And then we got our Two of Pentacles. So to me, this is telling me that there was something that's been changed up. So a two is about balance and the pentacle is about reality. So we can ask more questions about it. It can be
Yeah.
a no. So I feel it might have been a plan that was in place from the black hats, but it's been tempered down by the white hats and used in a way that's helpful, because those two cards to me are positive cards, the Eight and the Hanged Man. Okay, but with that two there, to me, that was previously that wasn't going to be so good. So it's almost like it's things that are rolling out that are being used as they're needed now, rather than, I
Yeah.
remember years ago, everyone was talking about, oh, there's going to be these massive, UFO holograms, through the, what's it called? The program that they had where they would do
Project
all the,
Bluebeam.
correct. And, I don't know that that's going to be anything drastic anymore at all. And I
Mhm.
feel that this is sort of like a remnant of that, but it's just being used, it's been twisted somehow.
Yeah, I
That's what
feel
the
like the timeline that where all this was going to happen is no longer, is what it
correct.
feels like.
I think you're right,
Um,
Elisa. Mhm.
yeah, where we moved to a different timeline, a positive timeline.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it. And it feels more gentle, because remember, even when all this was starting, it felt really like anything could happen and it could be really fast and harsh. But because it's slowed right down, it's almost like all the angst and chaos has been taken out of it. Like, this is weird enough. Can you imagine if they'd pushed all this through 4 years ago? I mean, so I've always been grateful that it's been a lot slower than what was originally, I think, coming up. So, yeah, just because
Yeah.
it's not anywhere near as chaotic. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, so in your opinion, because Kathleen is like still wondering, um, in your opinion, then the drones themselves are they the good guys or bad guys, or it's the good guys doing what the bad guys were going to do, but in a different way?
Yeah, no, it's a really good question. Again, this has come up again, believe it or not. I was
Oh
just pulling cards as
wow.
you were asking it. So to me, this is still where there can still be some nefarious, like, stuff coming through, but it's all contracted. That Three of Pentacles is about contracts. And then there's the Magician. So look at the orbs that they're talking about. The Magician is bringing through things that can be, there can be a bit of a veil around it, or something that's a smoke screen. So I just think there can still be a combination. I think there's stuff still coming out, but it's very easily counteracted, if that
Okay.
makes, that's what I'm getting from the cards that keep coming up.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
So are the orbs AI, or are they, yeah, ETs helping us trying to balance out the drones?
Well, let's just first of all ask if there actually are orbs, because I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, right.
has anyone personally seen an orb? So
Right. Yeah.
that's come through.
Yeah.
So let's just have a little look at that and see if that's actually a real thing. Yeah. Oh, that one's hot. That's you. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting because the first card up is this one. So I don't think it's what people have maybe been thinking it is, because that three of swords is where there's a little bit of heartbreak. So it's like, something
Oh,
that's not great. So the three of swords to me always means, oh, this isn't what we wanted. But okay, so I don't know that they're as real or as common as what it may. I don't know. I've not even seen any of these orbs, but it's not. Yeah, but it is moving towards better water. Whatever it's going on, it's actually the Six of Swords is always moving over from stormy water to calmer water. So,
okay.
so there's been. It's not exactly what was wanted, is what I'm getting. Yeah, the world. So the world card is where it's something new that's coming through. There's something positive. Usually for me, it means it's over a large area. So maybe this didn't start how it was wanted to. I don't know that there's as many orbs as what people are saying.
Okay.
But they're positive. Whatever they are, they're positive is definitely what I'm getting from that.
Okay. Do you get a sense, or maybe Jasper,
Mm.
of if these orbs are, even if they're good, are they AI or are they like
Real.
hologram, or are they actual real ETs in their light form?
Yeah, really good questions. Okay, let's just tune into the ones that have been seen that are real, because I don't think a
Yeah.
lot of them are. So, okay, so Jasper, just tuning in. Oh, fascinating, of course. He said, we've had orbs always around us, and he said, but because our consciousness is shifting, it's making it possible for them to be seen and connected with more. So they've actually always been around. So they're like energetic spirits, energetic, whatever. I know I've had photos taken before when I knew something amazing was going on. And then there's orbs all around me in the photo. They've come through because of that help and that consciousness that I've had to make a situation happen. So I feel that's what this is. They are definitely, the orbs that are there are definitely positive. And because we've increased our consciousness, people are now seeing them as well. So it's interesting combination. They're definitely positive, and that's those two cards, the Six of Swords and that World card, is telling me that they've got a beautiful positive energy that's helping with whatever needs to be helped. So that's what he just showed me, and I went, oh, of course. It's funny, it doesn't take much with him, with Jasper. It's just like a little vision, and then it's like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Mm,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so we're able to see more. And there were some drones that were um, like videos were showing them like dropping stuff onto people, not onto people, but just like dropping off like something, spraying something. So first of all, is that true? And if it is true, was it what was it? What can the cards tell us about
Yeah.
what was being delivered?
Let's see if it was true first, if that was actually happening. Okay. Oh, that one. Yes, it's true. Got an Ace of Wands straight up.
Okay.
Strength. I'm actually, but when the Strength card comes up, it tells me that it's not nefarious. It's there's something else with it. Because that would, like, your cards that come up, pretty quickly what the energy is that's with them as well. So that one wants to come through now. Let me have a look. Yeah, so this is Six of Pentacles. So this is something that's being offered. So whatever was going on, to me, it wasn't nefarious. Okay.
Okay.
It was, yeah, that's all I'm getting with these cards.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All
Mm.
right. All right. What else with the drones? Um, so is the idea of the drones, since it's really from, well, it kind of a mixed bag, right? They said it's good and bad.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like everything gets taken under control, even if they try something. It's like there's a counteraction straight away, is what the feeling was I was getting.
okay. Okay. I wonder if that's why we saw some drones that were shut down. That that
Is that what's happened? Yeah.
yeah, there's some videos of drones that were, but then again, that could be all not true, right?
Mm,
Photoshopped or a fake movie.
exactly. We just don't know, do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah. So that card came up straight away as soon as you said that. So obviously, like I said, things were taken out that needed to be taken out or whatever. Yeah, and got that card, the Ace of Wands again. So there's some truth in that. So there were
Okay.
some that had come
So
that needed to be looked up,
okay,
taken
so
out.
I'm thinking they were shut down, right?
Yeah.
Like the drones that crashed were probably shot at from the good drones or something.
Or yeah, or they used electrical. I mean, you look at all the different technology we haven't even been told about, like the um what is it, EMPs, all that sort of thing. You don't know. It could,
Yeah.
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 So
Okay.
yes,
All right.
fascinating.
So if you
Mm.
guys see a drone, don't worry about it. We're good.
Yeah, that's it. Just ignore it and go on your way.
Yeah, just keep watching the movie. I actually was like, where's our drones? I want to see drones. I want to see anything in the sky I'll be happy with. Just come on, give me
That's
something.
funny. So has anyone actually here on the show seen them like with their own eyes? That'd be really interesting and cool
Yeah,
if
definitely.
anyone
Definitely
has.
comment,
Mm,
when you watch the video, definitely comment and let us know if you saw them or know anybody who saw them, because that
yeah,
would be super interesting
yeah, and
to find
yeah,
out.
yeah,
So
exactly.
with that said, there's been a strange fog, and there's been videos about this fog of once the fog is done. Um, there is, so Barbara says, I had a ship go over my house. Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. I'm hoping to
it's
have the same with me here soon. So
yes.
there's this fog that in Texas that was leaving these white bubbles on people's pools, and some of the stuff on the cars. No, that was ice. That's a different story with
Yeah,
the
that's the ice that
snow.
wouldn't melt.
The
Is
snow,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then as it slid down the car, it would leave this film, like a chemical film, like that, like on the car. So, but that's another story. Let's go with the fog first,
right.
because supposedly people were getting sick after the fog. They were getting stomach aches and um, just sick, like they were getting
Yep,
sick from it,
yep.
nausea, stomach aches. Um, so, first of all, is this real or true?
Okay, let's have a look and see.
Because the fog has been hanging around for a while, and people are like, this fog is not normal. It is too thick, and you can smell chemicals, and just
Wow.
just very strange, very strange.
So what areas was the fog in?
One I saw was, I think it was Scotland, and then another one was here in the US.
Okay. Okay, so we've got our Page of Pentacles. So there's definitely something going on, but it's not as big as everyone thinks. Okay, because to me this is a small part of our reality. So yeah, it's not as big as you think it is. It's
Okay.
there, definitely there, and there's definitely something secret going on because we've got our Four of Swords. So there's something that's hidden underneath it. There's, to me, that says there's a reason for it as well. So let's just have a look and see if we can get any insight as to what the reason is. Oh, you're not going to believe it. Again,
Ah,
Two of Pentacles. So again, this is like a little bit, there's a little bit of both going on with this, but it's, to me, I'm going to ask for some more clarity, but there's definitely, like I said, this is not clear cut. This is counteraction of stuff as well. So it's fascinating, isn't it? That Two of Pentacles, that's like the fourth time it's come up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a little look.
I hope it's not the card of the day, because
Yeah, I know that's a bit dull, isn't it? If we've got a Two of Pentacles, so beautiful. Ten of Cups. So it's all good. Whatever was happening, whatever was going on, there's a positive ending to it. So it's been used to help the situation or whatever needed to be done. So it's because I love the Ten of Cups. This is a very positive emotional card. So yeah, there was definitely a little bit of secret business going on, but not as bad as what people maybe were thinking.
okay. So then why do you think they were getting sick?
Yeah, well, if the fog was made from, they do tend to like to make weather. So if it was being made but deliberately by weather, as weather, then there'd be chemicals in it. I know I've got people, a friend of mine she starts coughing as soon as there's big white things being sprayed in the air. There's definitely stuff that goes with it. So but not as bad now, I don't think, as what it used to be. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So could it be psychosomatic?
Okay, let's have a look at that.
Hi, Dennis. Welcome back.
Okay, so the Knight of Cups, this is when we're being brought a message, an emotional message. So I don't feel it is, but the Five of Swords is a conflict, usually within our own mind, but I believe it's because there's change going on as well. Five is changing of a mental process and the world. No, I think it's something that's happened around this throughout the whole world, basically. So no, people will have some sort of reaction to it. To me, it's not a psychosomatic.
Okay,
No.
so you're saying it is the fog.
I was asking in general around the weather modification. So yeah.
No,
So if the fog was weather modification, which is what it was coming up as, then yes.
okay. So we're saying that yes, the fog was making people sick.
Yeah, some people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But fog is not supposed to make people sick.
No, it's
So
not. No, it's
so
not.
so then it's being manipulated,
Yeah,
correct?
correct. That's
Okay.
what was coming up. And but what I was getting is, I think there's been, maybe, I don't know, I haven't heard a lot about it, but maybe there's been so much news on it that it appears bigger than what it actually has been.
Okay. Okay. I haven't seen it on the mainstream media, but I don't watch it, so I don't know. It possibly
No,
could have been. I don't know.
that's right. So
Yeah. So okay. So if there is something is there a reason why this is happening now?
okay, let's have a look and see. Okay, so we'll see if it's a timing is important, or the timing
Because
of it is.
we're saying that it is being manipulated, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Four of Swords again. So it's definitely a part of the known, progress plan, whatever it is, but we don't know yet why. We might never know the reason as to why all these crazy little things have been going on. May never know what the
I
true
wonder
truth
if it's to hide so people can't see what's going on in the sky.
Got a yes for that. or something, something's that's going on, whatever it is. Yeah,
Well,
there's
not even in the sky, because with fog, you can't even see a mile down the road. So,
I remember when I lived in England I had a couple of years overseas, and I'd have to drive to work, and come November, it was just horrific. You couldn't see a thing. I'd just follow a car in front of me because I was going, I've got no idea where the road is. And yeah, so, but it was definitely something out of place because we've got the moon card. This is when something is out of place.
yeah, for sure, out of place.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
I still just keep getting it didn't affect like as many places as what it feels like, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But it was done specifically for some reason that we may never know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Ace of Wands came out when I said it was
Swords. Yeah. So
too high.
correct.
Yeah.
So when you said, yeah, is it to hide something, whether it's in the air or on the ground? Absolutely. Yes. That was an absolute yes. And when it's a sword, to me, it's part of a plan. It's an idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Um, okay. Very good. So, and what I love about this is every time we look into something that feels to people, because to me it's just a movie's neutral, but that feels to people like, oh, it's evil or dangerous or whatever, it always comes out like, no, there's a reason for it, it's happening, so the cards always seem to be good around it. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I,
exactly.
yeah.
And remember, we're creating our own reality too. So it's how we react, respond. It's how we then create more of or less of something.
Right, exactly. So the more you focus on stuff like that, the more you'll create that, in your
Yeah.
reality, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is the new ice cream of the month. um, in sickness, and I'm not going to say the word just because I'm already taking a chance putting it on the main title. So it's about the next.
This one?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. The little birdies that fly and that get sick. So is this the white hats trying to see how
Mm.
how much people are going to comply?
It's yeah, I don't know. It's a really good question because we're even hearing a little bit over here, like, they're saying that they've already got some of the particular things
Yeah.
in one of the states to help it. And I'm just going, oh, no way. Pretty funny. All right, let's have a look and see if it's actually the White House doing this. Oh, that's really fuzzy. Oh, you're not going to believe it.
Oh no.
So to me, this means there was a plan for that from the other side, but I feel it's being used in a way that's going to be really positive to help. This is what that Two of Pentacles card is saying today. It just keeps coming up. You cannot make this stuff up. So, gosh. Okay, so Ten of Pentacles. Now, this can be a very abundant card. This can be a card that involves a lot of people. So to me, I think this is checking in on to see where people are at. And, who knows, they might need to have a reason to have us stay home for a little bit. Like, who knows? So this could be the little perpetuator. Yeah, that creates Five of Swords again. This is when people have got that, oh, what's going on, in their mind, and it's changed. So it could be that they might be just doing a case scenario potential, so people sort of then aren't so shocked when it happens. But honestly, I think it'll be all over in like 5 seconds once, I don't know, once they've got, King of Swords. This is a master plan. To me, the King of Swords is the master of planning. So don't worry. I feel that if it happens again, just know that you don't have to do anything. And it's not going to be like it was. Never, ever again will it be
Yeah.
like it was.
So Okay, so are we saying that yes, that it is happening so that people to see people's reactions?
Part of it, yes, correct.
Okay.
And also to be used as a potential go-to if that's what's needed to bring out some truth or to do some changes, because the Five of Swords is around changes, and it's also helping change their mental plane, their mind.
Okay.
So there's a
Because
potential.
I've been seeing some videos about like mayhem in China, which I feel like it's probably footage of like some movie or whatever.
Mhm.
So anyway, it's got like the hospitals are at capacity in China
Oh,
about this thing. So is what we're seeing these videos, are they are they about this? Are those videos connected to what we're talking about?
okay,
Or
let's have a look.
is it just basically old footage of something else and they're using it to scare people?
Actors. Yeah, let's have a look and see. All right, so that is that on mainstream media that they're doing that and showing all that.
I don't know. I don't watch mainstream media, so I think I saw it in like one of those Telegram channels.
Yeah, okay. No, not that one. I've got one up. So the Two of Swords. So to me that's often a no. So it's not real. It's not yeah, anything like what we're seeing at all. Magician, smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
it's
sort
all
of
fake.
it's all fake. And yeah, again, it's like I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't trust 99.9% of the things that I actually see on
I
anything.
know. Well,
It's
really on anything at this point, because it was not
anything.
even mainstream media.
I know. So, but when you do see things or you do feel things, you just know, you discern and you go, oh, that actually is feeling like it's making some sense. But no, a lot of that is, whether it's also propagated to, again, make people start thinking, oh, there could be something else coming in, and be used to an advantage rather than it also, being a problem. So, yeah, so it's fascinating. I wouldn't take any notice of that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, uh-huh.
Mm.
Eh,
Nah, here we go.
my brother brought it up to me, and I'm like, do you know anybody in China that can corroborate this story? Because he was already like, did you see it's already happening? Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, it's not.
No,
Calm
it's not.
down. Let's look at this and see, do we know anybody there? Is this really true? He's like, oh
Yeah,
my God, am I really, and I'm like, yes, this is how it's going to be from now on. Anything you see, you can't trust it.
no.
You
Well, we
can't.
haven't been able to for 50 since television started. We haven't been able to trust anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
But
very
but
crazy.
how are they falling for it again? It's like, come on, people. Anyway,
Yeah, like anyway, it's all good. It's like, there's got to be some sort of reason for it. It's just fascinating to watch it, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kat wanted us to ask about the gold reserve that China found in Hunan. 63 billion is real gold or is it fake gold? And is it going to affect the gold trade? Well,
Mm.
first of all, did China find,
Yeah.
did they really find gold, a gold
Yeah.
reserve? Or is it a way to bring in some gold that they had and they said,
Correct.
oh, we found this gold, and they had it, and it's a way to bring it into the system.
Correct. Let's have a look and
So
see.
let's see what the cards have to say.
No, it's something that's been worked on for quite a while, Kat. The Eight of Pentacles tells me they're still working on it as well. They had to somehow bring exactly what Elisa just said, they had to somehow bring in, oh, we've got all
Into
this
the
gold
books.
now. Remember, they've got so much that's gone on in China, haven't they, with the dragon families and everything else and gold and bonds and who knows. But I would say this is a story they've been working on to change things up. Wheel of Fortune. This is simply taking it into the next step that's needed for the financial changes that are going to be happening in the world, around the world. So yeah, so I would say a great story. Let's see, we'll get one more to confirm that, because that's what I'm feeling intuitively as well.
Yeah.
Especially like, yeah. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, Five of Wands. This is an action card where there's been a little bit of argy-bargy, like a bit of in-house fighting almost to try and get the change to happen. So it's taken them a little bit to sort of decide, because that some of them would have gone, no one's going to believe that story, but people do. So it's okay.
And people did.
People did. So yeah. And then the King of Wands comes along after our Five of Wands and goes, right, this is the action we're taking. Done. So that's what I'm getting from the cards with that one, Cat.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So the next thing that happened is there was during New Year's, there were people celebrating out on the streets in New Orleans, and this one guy sped up right in the crowd and plowed over some people and killed some people. I don't know the details. And again, I don't watch the mainstream news, but is this the bad guys trying to sour up the celebrations, trying to bring in fear, or is it just some crazy guy that was pissed,
Yeah.
or drunk or high or
whatever? Yeah, let's have a look and see. Was this the individual or choice to do this? Interesting. Wow. Okay. Let's have one, and I'll do one more. I'm feeling that this was actually, and I know this sounds crazy, but I feel it was it was a soul contract. So the Three of Pentacles. So to me, this soul had a contract with people for whatever reason to have this experience. And I know it sounds horrible, but that's how we actually create on this earth. We have soul contracts, or we have desires. And so the Chariot, so this is when it's perfect balance, things move forward. So he moved forward with it. And the Nine of Cups, this is a desire. Again, this is something that people have wanted, and it's actually come true. This is, all my dreams have come true. So maybe their souls said, we want to leave on a certain time, a certain date, and have the experience of that. Like, we don't know. And so whatever it was, this person has put their hand up and gone, yep, I'll do that,
So, okay, so it's not the bad guys. This is just a one-off.
That was a one-off. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. T has been talking about two things. I couldn't fit everything in the title. One of them is important to me because I am from Panama, and my family resides in Panama, my dad's side. And so he's been saying he wants the Panama Canal, which is how Panama makes their money, right?
Yeah.
And so why is that coming up? Why is he, when they're saying stuff like that, is because there's already something going on. There's already.
Correct. Something's already happened usually when he says it. With Panama, though, where does the money go to? Who actually has the rights to it? Is it the
That's
Panama
a great question, because I've always said to myself, why are these people paying taxes? What they should be the richest country in the world, like seriously. And so while there is a lot of corruption, and I know like the presidents were keeping a lot of it, they're not keeping, impossible that they were keeping all of it. So I just think that was never really given to them, just on paper. But so I need to understand. Yeah, we can talk about Greenland too. He said Greenland, Panama Canal, and Canada. So we'll go one by one.
Oh, probably Australia next. I hope so. I know, it's crazy. So So yeah, with Panama, it was so interesting because that was the first thing that came into my mind was, well, who really owns it? If
Yeah,
he's saying things like that, he doesn't go against the people of a country.
right.
He does not do that, let's face it. So he's bringing our attention to an issue that has not yet been exposed.
Exactly, because I don't know if people know this. Panama uses the dollar as their currency.
Right. Interesting. I didn't
So,
know that.
what
Wow.
does that tell you?
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you want to ask specifically?
I want to ask if the Panama Canal is going to end up under the US
Okay. Umbrella.
government, I guess. Umbrella, yeah, whatever word you want
Yeah,
to.
whatever that means, because we don't know yet what it might look like fully. So let's just say umbrella. So,
Oh, yeah,
or,
Dennis, I'll ask that question. I'll make sure we ask that question.
oh, okay, you want to come out. Yeah, I got a very strong yes intuitively. And look at that judgment card because there's stuff that has to be shown. It's so interesting because like straight away, when I asked you, I said, well, who really owns it? It's true. It's like they've got to get rid of them. Oh my God, this is amazing. So they can make solid foundations. That's the Four of Pentacles. So this can either be saying that some part of the deep state cabal has been entrenched there for so long, because that's what the Four of Pentacles can mean, is a strong foundation, or they need to change that up because the Wheel of Fortune's come up. So I feel it's going to be a much better thing for the
So
people of
he's okay. Okay, so it's
he's
going to
going
be
to
good for them.
expose. Yeah,
So, because it's something about something having to come out. Like I feel like he's setting everything up so that all comes out. Like
correct.
the dirt, it comes out. Like
Exactly. And this is what that judgment card's about. It's about, hey, hear ye, all of you. This is what's been going on. This is why there's poverty. This is why you've been tricked and abused. And, it'll be rectified, basically.
oh,
I feel
okay,
there'll be compensation for the people of Panama, yet the US umbrella will take control of that
okay.
through the military. That's just what I'm getting, and so let's just wait and see what happens. It
Well,
might take,
let's ask the cards. Can we
yeah,
ask the cards?
yeah, of course. Just say, and also, is it going to happen sort of in the next 12 months if he's bringing it up? Panama Canal is a very important part of the world trade and the world, getting like logistics, isn't it? So,
Oh, it's massive, like
yeah,
massive.
yeah. So we want to know basically, is it going to is it actually going to happen where that it becomes a reality?
Yeah, and Kathleen saying
Yeah.
probably lots of human trafficking going through there
Ah,
for sure.
spot on. Well,
For sure.
remember that particularly big ship, the green ship that that was part of all of that as well, I would say. And this is fascinating. These cards are fascinating. I think this is going to lead to really positive things.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. The Lovers card. So there's definitely something going on that's really balanced, that's really positive for this Panama Canal. They've been working on this for quite a while, is what I'm getting. And then the Nine of Cups. So it's something that's been desired, that is wanted, and it's being fulfilled. So that Nine of Cups tells me it's been fulfilled. That's once it's all done, that's when the message comes out, because our Knight of Pentacles brings us a message from a trustworthy source, so people believe it. So these are
Wow.
really positive cards. So yeah, I think people are just going to be gobsmacked as to what's been really going on in our world. From
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
this is why
Okay.
it's so good. I love how you break things down and we just look at stuff, because otherwise, I mean, I just let everything go now. I'm just blah, blah, blah. So it's really nice to go, oh, that feels really good. It felt really positive around that area.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that for my family, I'm sure it's going to be a big deal
Of course.
for them. And, and it's also not wanting for that part to be in the hands of the bad guys, even though it's already there and we didn't know it, but
Yeah,
um,
that's right. Just that energy alone, with that intention to control it, and then to take the finances that should have been theoretically for the people of Panama. Of course,
yeah,
that's huge energetic. That is going to be a huge energetic shift. And I think that's why I was feeling it in my heart.
yeah.
It's going to really open things up energetically.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'm so excited. I
Oh,
can't
look, that
wait.
card just came up again. So that lover's card. So yeah, it's really positive.
Okay.
So
So
yeah.
it's probably going to be the case with Canada and Greenland, I would say too, but we can also ask the cards, what is Canada going to end up being a US territory? Are they going to be under the US umbrella?
Yeah. Interesting. Is it true that Mr. T has resigned? I
Yeah,
think I
that's what we need to ask the cards.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Because that just came out today, so I didn't have space to put it on.
No, that's what I was wondering, because when you said that I went, "Oh, hang on, didn't something happen?" But the first card, this card jumped out, the Hanged Man. So it's going to take a little bit more time. It's not going to happen like that. But it's got to sort of be a part of the process. So it might take longer than people even think. So, but yeah,
Okay.
let's have a look and see. Though we'll
But
ask.
then it will happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's sort of in on hold at the moment, but yeah, let's have a look and see. And I wonder if it'll be up to the people as well. Once the truth comes out, maybe they'll go, "Oh my gosh, of course we'd just love to be a part of this new way of being and these new countries in the US. Yes, it makes so much sense." Once people know, rather than being indoctrinated from the mainstream media about how bad is Mr. T and all the rubbish that they've been hearing. Australia, people are so indoctrinated against him because of the TV. Literally, it's crazy.
Well, same here. I had an episode with somebody close, very, very, very close to me and my family that got very upset when she found out I was supporting Mr. T. It was meltdown, pure meltdown. It was sad.
It's so sad. It's like because they've got this belief system that's been seeded from fear, from negativity, from
From the mainstream
the
media, from
mainstream
word
media.
of mouth, people saying, "Oh, he's a racist," and they did just repeat it. They don't even
Correct.
look it up. They don't even,
So they react when they find out that someone likes them. But how could you? Whereas when I came to know him through my research and through finding, oh my gosh, look at what he actually did for all these people. Look at what he does. Look at his true, philosophy of life. So for me, I'm non-reactionary. It's like, oh, I've done my research. This is what I've found out. And, people will question it, but
Well, for me, it was a download. I got a download for him because
yeah.
I hated his guts. Oh my God, almost as much as she does. But I hated him. And it was a download that I received that I was like, calm down. He had to infiltrate. How do you think he's
Yeah,
going to infiltrate? He's going to infiltrate by talking like them, by acting like them, by being a male chauvinist. He had to act the part. How do you think he's going to infiltrate otherwise? He's not going to be able to.
no,
So it was all a acting on his part, and unfortunately there's a lot of people who are still believing that part of him, because
yeah,
I
correct.
believed it for many years.
Yeah. See, I didn't know a lot about him, and it wasn't until the election results came out, and for some reason in 2016, and I remember where I was standing and what happened, and someone said, "Oh, apparently, you Mr. T has won the thing." I went, "Oh," and all of a sudden I just got this absolute knowing, thank God, because if it had been HC, we would be in WW3 within 2 weeks. I just knew. So I was just always so grateful to that man. And then I researched. And so, yeah, so interesting. But okay, so if we're looking at the timing, the Canada, like timing and things like that, this has been in progress for a very long time. That's the 7 of Pentacles, which means a lot of seeds have been planted for a very long time. But when it happens, it's going to happen quite quickly. it will come through and action will happen really quickly. And then there'll be a balance. They'll be finding that balance with it. The Two of Wands is always about finding the balance and how can we make this work. But it's almost like there's not going to be any too much drama with it at all. Knight of Swords. This is why military. So there's going to be a lot of things going on that the military will be running.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do feel like a lot of people are going to turn that into a bad thing. Yeah. Because they're going to be like, oh no, they're taking over. Oh no, it's military state. Now we're screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm worried about that.
Okay, my feeling is that some truths would have had to have come out before you can even get to that part of the next step. So people have to know why they'd want to be a part of this whole new way of being with government, with finance. They would have to understand why. So to me, there's got to be something that happens first. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because look, 5 of Cups, this is grief. This is when things have been let go of, okay? But then look at the 2 standing, and the 2 is a balance. Yeah. So people have to go through the grief to then understand, I love this card, the 9 of Pentacles, how unique and how abundant and how beautifully incredible it can all be now. So those 2 cards together speak volumes for me with what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so then Greenland, I'm not sure what's going on there. What's that all about?
Well, it's interesting. I don't know if anyone else has heard this, but somewhere I feel that they've got like a GITMO. It's like one of those is in Greenland.
Oh,
yeah. Has anyone else heard that? I heard this a couple of years ago. I'm sure, whether I'm making this up or not, but I'm pretty sure I did hear that there were special flights and all sorts of things going there because they'd sort of needed more room. And there were ships and things that were being sent there as well. So look, anyone else heard about that? But we can ask.
So Kathleen was saying, I'm trying to understand. My Danish cousin was in on 9/11 in New York, met Trump at Firehouse, and when he said they, firemen from DK, what's DK?
Dakota.
Told him where they were from, President Trump said, "Oh, your country has other problems."
DK owns Greenland.
DK. Who's
DK?
DK, Kathleen?
But this is so interesting. Interesting to see. And what is, you don't know with anything what's going on.
Denmark? Oh, Denmark.
I was wondering if it's Denmark. Yeah.
Denmark owns Greenland. Oh, is Denmark bad?
Well, royalty. Think of the royalty. Apparently she, the mother of the current like prince or whatever. Yeah, apparently very, very, very bit like English. Okay. Yeah, that's just from some research I did on it. I went, I want to know who's who in the zoo when it comes to all of the royalty. So yeah.
So what's going on? So we should ask then what's going on in Greenland that Trump wants to take over it.
I know, because that's huge. When he says things like that, big comms. Oh my gosh, the Tower card just came up. So something big is going to change there, but for the better. I always see the Tower card as amazing change, but can be quite bang, 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 like, really take stuff down. So something's going to shift there big time. We might not even know about it. Look at this, that 2 of Swords. We might never know about it.
Wow.
It's things can be done, and sometimes they have to be done surreptitiously. They have to be done with, stealth and just clean it up, just get rid of it. Look at that, 4 of Swords. That's secret stuff. I mean, it may come out in time, but something's going to definitely go down there, and we might never know, Yeah. Queensland's not particularly close to anywhere that, anyone, sort of goes to very often. It's not like, being in Europe or like middle of Europe or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's interesting. I hope you said that we're not going to find out why, but.
No, but something definitely is going to change there. So I think we have to just have that faith and trust, that knowing that things are happening at the right time. And it's interesting what Kathleen said, that I didn't know that she is Queen Elizabeth's first cousin. Interesting,
Wow.
because she came up
Yeah.
as Megan Valley.
Yeah. Yeah. It just would be really cool to find out why.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
because there's many places that are owned by the big reptiles. So, I
Yeah.
mean, so why isn't he taking over Monaco? Why isn't he taking, like why Greenland and not all these other
Correct.
places
There's
is my
definitely
question.
something going on there. There's definitely something going on there, and we are not going to know about it. There's much deeper questions, and I think it would probably even scare us. Look, the Hermit card, this is like really going deep, and there's some spiritual stuff. So there could be some really gnarly stuff happening there too.
Yeah, my God, if he's taking over it.
But again, it's like, look at Panama. It's that corruption. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dennis had this question. There are the charges against Mr. T. Are they going to be to stand or thrown out?
Really good question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's.
I didn't know he still had anything going on. Okay, let's check and see. Yeah. Okay, so are they going to use that as for a situation that we don't know about, or is it something? Yeah, is it going to be?
I mean, is it even true?
Yeah,
First
I
of
know.
all,
Is it actually a true? Is it true? Is it something that they're not just using as a cover up? Interesting. No, I feel it's a cover up, because we've got our Knight of Cups. This is someone that it's an emotional message. So people have been a little bit like, what are they doing to Trump? New beginnings. So it's having faith and trusting that everything's going to land in the right place. And then the Wheel of Fortune, it's just going to move and flow with this whole situation. So whatever they do, I'm going to ask to see if it'll actually just. Oh, okay, fantastic. Yeah, I just got, no, it's not going to go ahead. Ace of Pentacles. So that, to me, it's not going to go ahead, is what I'm getting with that, Dennis. So I don't think they will. It'll either get thrown out or something will happen, because I don't know. That's what I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles.
well, my question was if it was even real to begin with, not even be thrown out. But it sounds like it is, but it's not going to go through.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, no, it's been orchestrated. Basically, this is what the bad guys were wanting to do, going to do. So they said, right, let's put it out there and show people how they were actually treating someone running for president, that sort of thing. So I feel they've used it to their advantage, but they have complete control of the situation. That's what I was getting. It was very strong. So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all smoke and mirrors.
There you go. Okay, that answers the question.
It does.
So the next question I had was about his inauguration. How is he going to make it?
Oh, yeah, I know. How long is it now? When is it? What date is it?
20. No, 8 and 8 is 16. So about 15 days.
15 days. Okay. Oh, yes, he is. Just got that one up again.
Okay, great.
So it's going to be all okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
great.
I don't think if anything happens, I reckon there'll be such an amazing reason for it. But no, I feel he's going to be fine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? I had something in mind and it left me. We can ask about the financial situation. What's going to happen with the financial situation once he takes over? Because originally we were going to get rid of the dollar, and I don't think that's the case anymore. So,
No.
so what's financials look like after he takes office?
Okay, let's
Let's
just have
talk
a look.
about let's break it up to make sure that we're saying banks, the
Mm,
bad guys, the the evil ones that have been in charge for hundreds of years.
yeah, okay. But just remember, they too can be flipped to be helpful and
Yeah,
useful for the people. So
yeah.
this is why we're going to be really mindful with how we ask questions. So you want to just ask,
Well,
oh yeah,
basically, is there going to be a financial crash or not?
okay. Well, I guess we'd be specific. Is there going to be a financial bank crash? Is that what you're asking, or a financial
Stock
stock
market,
crash? Yeah,
financial, as in the dollar.
that will be big
Um,
and affect a lot of people. Well, there's going to be something that happens because we've got the tower. But like I said, it doesn't have to be bad, and it can be quick and fast, and then everything changes, like things shut down and then it all changes really quickly. That can happen. So that
yeah, well, they've been trying to avoid chaos. So, I mean, I
correct.
trust that they know what they need to do and to do it
Yeah.
right.
So they've the idea there's still a lot hidden around all this, So I think they'll just do whatever's needed to bring people's attention to it because 9 of Wands has come up. So we know that people are struggling. People have had a really hard time financially, and we know why. And now it's like it doesn't have to be like that anymore. So this will be like a way of helping to bring in something new and positive. Yeah, King of Wands, he's someone that takes action. So there's definitely a plan around this. And so for the fact that that card came up first, I wouldn't, it might not even be huge. It might be something that's like, oh my God, everyone gasps, and then something comes from that. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The other question I have is about the chemtrails. They seem to be going out of control now, like just out of control. I don't understand it. Why are
No,
we still having chemtrails? Why is this still happening? I would like some answers from the cards because I want blue skies and I'm done.
no,
I'm done.
no. Yeah. Okay, so let's just have a look. I mean, there could be a percentage that is still being run by the naughty, gnarly ones. So let's just have a look and see why is this all not yet been shut down? Oh, okay. Oh, because there's still stuff going on. So this 5 of Pentacles, see how there's people out in the cold. There's still change that's happening. So not everything has been like, been able to be ticked off. So yeah. Okay, let me just, that one wants to come up. Oh, I was feeling a bit sick actually when I pulled this. So there's still a little bit of this around. Oh, it's so funny. I was going, oh, don't know what that card is. I feel that they're still cleaning up. There is still some things that are being cleaned up. And yet I know that they'll be able to fix everything. Look at that. Queen of Wands, love it. Integrity, intuition, positive healing. I love the Queen of Wands. I was just thinking they can fix this like that with the technology they've got. So, so I think at the moment we just have to have that patience and just see it all as being finished and happy and
So I would like to invite everybody who watches this video.
yeah.
Can you all please help me out and just, when you have a minute during the day, every day, close your eyes and just ask for blue skies. Thank the universe for the blue skies that you're seeing. Oh, the beautiful blue skies before you even go out, because then you'll see the line. So just be thankful that you saw blue skies. I did it the other day. I went out, all blue skies, no chemtrails. So I was like, oh my God, I need to ask everybody on our chat,
Yeah.
like just please every day, just take 2 seconds, close your eyes, imagine a beautiful blue sky, thank the universe for the blue skies, and let's start adding to the collective that's what we're seeing.
Beautiful. Well said. And that's why the Empress card has come up because she is the creator, okay, of beautiful nature, of everything. So we can actually really, really add into that. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful.
So spending more time looking or visualizing what you want instead of spending time looking at what's happening right now in reality. So that's what really I would say. If you guys can, spend your time, spend it on visualizing. And when you wake up, I've been doing it in bed before I get up. I close my eyes and I just envision. I'm using a lot of daydreaming, a lot of almost creating a different reality from what is happening at the moment. So, and it raises your vibration. You don't lose anything by doing it. And it's super helpful to the collective because we're manifesting a lot faster now. We are in a higher vibration. So we manifest a lot faster. And so if we can all get together and join our energies whenever we think of these things, then we'll definitely make a difference for sure.
Absolutely agree with you. Yep. So
Yeah.
create
All right. Well,
it.
that's really all I had. I don't think we have anything from the chat. Maree, do you have anything?
No, I think we're fine. I think we've done a lot of ticks today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And if we didn't ask any questions you guys wanted, please write it down and, come back on Monday of next week and we will ask the question. We love your questions and we're grateful that you're here. We miss you guys. And I'm super happy we're back. It's going to be an amazing year. And think about, I'm going to leave you with a suggestion. This is from a book. I'm going to come up so people
Bring
can
yourself
see.
up. Yeah.
But this is from a planner kind of daily, you write stuff in. And so basically it has you kind of figure out what, as far as your soul plans for this year, what are your soul goals around family, around health, around play, around financial, around education, and around work? So, try thinking about what you want to say yes to more often. What lights you up and brings a smile to your face? How would you spend your time if this was your best year ever? Who would you be spending your time with? How would you spend your day? What would you be the most devoted to? How would you feel at the end of the day? Okay. So, about those 6 things: family, health, play, financial, education, and work. And then pick a word of the year. What is this year going to be like? That's what I want 2020. What do you want 2025 to feel like? What do you want it to be? And pick a word and make that your word. And really spend time every day making sure that this word is where you can see it and that you are living up to that word, or that word is part of your vocabulary and you're actually achieving it. So
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool. So
yeah. All right, thank you. 100 years from now, we
thank
love you guys again. Thank you for being here, and we're going to have an amazing 2025, and I can't wait to spend it with you all.
yes,
All right,
definitely.
thanks Maree. Thanks Jazzy.
Lots of love.
And we'll see you next Monday. Bye.